If you got bad news, you wanna kick them blues, cocaine. When your day is done and you gonna run cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaine.
For advertising opportunities for the following show, email us at cornerpubsports@gmail.com.
Welcome to the best pubcast around, Corner Pub Sports, bringing you sports, beer, and beyond. Catch the show live every Friday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Or get the show wherever you download your favorite podcasts. It's time to grab a cold one, kick your feet up, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the pub.
This is Lauren Hart from the Philadelphia Flyers, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Corner Pub Sports.
What is up, everybody? Corner Pub Sports coming at you live at a special time. If you're watching, we thank you. And of course, you're downloading. Like the intro said, we thank you very much. We have a lot going on this week. It's been pretty crazy around these parts in Philadelphia, and we're gonna get all into it. We're gonna go knee deep in this motherfucker. We're gonna go knee deep.
Knee deep.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
When's the last time we've been knee deep?
This is better than Facebook. Thanks, Dave. We agree.
I gotta check on something. I'll be right back.
All right. So something that Joe just said, are you pucking ready for Wednesday Flyers hockey? Joe, we are going to get to the Flyers. We're going to talk some Flyers. It's going to be nice to talk about hockey again. It's going to be pretty awesome, man. So, yeah, we definitely have some hockey to get to. We have some Sixers talk. We're going to be revealing 2 new segments tonight. While You Were Drunk and Corner Pub Popcorn. What are those? You're going to find out a little bit later. But let's get at it, guys. The Eagles, man, I got to tell you, what a way to end the season. It was I don't even know what to say. I do know what to say, but I'm going to let you guys start because I don't know where to begin. Let's put it that way.
All right, so let's start here. You know, a few years ago when he hired Doug Peterson, what was the main thing he tried to get across? Emotional intelligence, right? How is this emotional intelligence by keeping these 2 guys here? At least, I mean, fire one of them.
That's right. I was supposed to do the stale beer on this, right? I mean, we'll get into it, but
the fire the one at least. Like the bottom line, Justin Jefferson broke the NFL rookie receiving record, and you took Jalen Reagor. DK Metcalf looks like fucking Megatron, and you took JJ Arcega-Whiteside. You took a quarterback in the second round. I'm sorry, Mike. This was your thing. Like this dude, how is he still?
A puppet is a puppet, bro.
That's what it seems like. It really does, man.
See, I mean,
if you want, I could do the stale beer when you guys want to.
Go for it. Yeah, I don't have the thing here. We got this instead. There you go.
All right. So yeah, I mean, just to preface this, I forget exactly what was said, but it was you know what started this whole thing? It was Gary, you texted Marty Morningweg fired. And I said, and that was right after their other guy got fired. I was like, yeah, Press Taylor seems like the lone survivor. And I said,
he's next.
And then I just kind of went on and I was like, well, you know, they're getting back to a situation that seems more logical in not having too many cooks in the kitchen and having, having one decision maker on the offense instead of 3 guys and making it really confusing. That doesn't work. It doesn't work in business. It doesn't work anywhere. I was like, by the way, there's a lot of decisions that, doesn't make sense. And I just kind of, off the top of my head, just kind of went off and said a few. trading a high pick, then signing a lucrative multi-guaranteed contract to Deshaun Jackson, was like a second or third round pick. Taking Whiteside over Metcalf, as Ryan talked about. Signing Hargraves as your third expensive defensive tackle when you had Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson on a year where the next year is going to be a mess salary cap wise. And you had holes all over the place between linebacker and your secondary.
Giggity, giggity.
Holes all over the place, Mike.
That's right. Giggity. You drafted Hurts after signing Wentz to a ton of money. You extended Alshon for an extra year for no reason at all. You brought back Peters. Then decided to give him more money when he's clearly been cooked for at least a year.
And I have to rescind 2-3 years ago, whatever we did. I said you have to bring him back. You have to bring him back. You have to bring. I was wrong.
And the other thing is not only is he cooked, but he seems to not want to play anymore. It seems like he just doesn't care. He doesn't have the will to play anymore, and he's just in it for the money. We talked about Rager over Jefferson. The pre-mentioned no offensive coordinator, but 3 specialists.
So on that, because you just brought it up, and I just want to hit on that. This is one thing that's interesting about Doug Peterson. He came in here. He won the Super Bowl in his second year. We all know that. Frank Reich leaves, who is an actual real offensive coordinator. So instead of going out and getting another real offensive coordinator, you don't. And you try to surround him with a bunch of guys who might have these specialty roles, right? So you just mentioned earlier, Marty Morningweg and Press Taylor and who's the other guy that they just
Grow.
So these guys, you surround them with these minions because they don't have a voice. Maybe in practice, but you fired them. You fired a bunch of guys last year, Mike Groh, guys like that, and then you bring these guys in, and then you're firing all them. But yet there's one constant still here in that coaching staff. It's Doug Peterson.
Puppet. He's a puppet.
Now Jim Schwartz is gone.
Peterson is still here because he'll allow Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman to dictate to him what to do. That's why.
I disagree with that. I think that's the problem. Doug Peterson is too proud to resign and walk away, but they won't fire him. But I think the problem is that the front office is trying to tell him to do one thing, and he's like, no. That's why, like you were saying, you're hearing today, they're butting heads.
Right.
I think that's what it all comes down to.
Well, there's also reports where they asked Mike Holmgren about all this, and they asked him, "What would you do if they?"
Holmgren.
Oh, fat bitch! Wait a minute, you fat bitch! He said, "Would you worry about a draft pick when you're trying to win your last game after a terrifying season?" He said, "I'll tell you what. If the front office tells me to lose because they want a better draft pick," he said, "that's the day I quit."
Right. So what I think happened last week with that is, yes, they did. You seen who didn't play. Fletcher Cox didn't play. Miles Sanders didn't play. The Carson Wentz was inactive. So I think what happened with there is they expected to be getting blown out, and Washington didn't go according to plan.
Because Washington sucks that bad.
Right. So Doug was like, well, I told this kid he was going to play.
Right.
So I think that's what happened there.
And we'll get into that part in a second. But just real quick, Dave Peterson watching on YouTube. He said Doug Peterson has lost respect to the team. So that, so this should be the headline. We wish you well in the future endeavors. Thank you for the Super Bowl win. The thing with that is, he's right. And you just mentioned about Jason Peters. I think that's the point when this team said, what the fuck, what is going on here?
Well, you know what the other point was? The last piece of the text that I had on there that I went through was they let go of Malcolm Jenkins, their defensive leader. And he didn't even get a lot of money where he went.
No, he's on record saying it wasn't about the money. He wasn't looking to break the bank. He wanted to be offered something substantial because it was about a respect thing for him.
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
And then you replace him with Jalen Mills, not a safety. You weaken your safety spot, obviously, by doing that. And then you weaken your cornerback position by doing it too, because, might not have been a great cornerback, but he was, with how shitty our cornerback situation was, he was at least somebody that was partially mediocre, I guess, which is more than you can say about other guys. So,
see, and I hear that point, and I don't want to be defending anything that they've done because nothing deserves to be defended, but the defense isn't why they were 4-11-1.
No.
But that's also you guys wanted Schwartz to go, so
that's because I just hate his scheme.
Right, same here.
He's a good defensive coach. I just hate his scheme.
I mean, how many times did you scream the TV going? Now, I will say this. As far as the 3rd and longs went this year, I don't think that they were all that bad as they were in years past. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's just I wasn't watching as intensely as I was in the past because I was like, whatever, they suck, But it seemed to me that when they had 3rd and longs and stuff like that, they were getting their stops. It's just that this year they got burned on a lot of big plays this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely blaming that on Schwartz. I think that was poor personnel. We just talked. We talked about it. Putting Jalen Mills at safety. Come on. I don't understand that one. And that was even prior to the season. It was like you didn't address the position, so you're just kicking stones down the road and going, why don't you try that out?
Go kick rocks, you fuck.
Getting rid of look, I had no problem with them getting rid of Russell Douglas, I guess, because I just didn't think he was all that good. Sidney Jones, to me, though, I know that he was a polarizing player here, but he was still young, and he's 2 years, I guess, removed from the injury. So it's like.
So you think that maybe keeping him would have been a good idea too?
I would have.
I think they moved on a little too soon from a guy that was regarded as a top 10 pick.
Joe
can't play Slay.
Just say that. Can't play now. Can't play Slay off of.
I thought Slay did pretty well
when he's a lockdown cornerback. No, he's not saying that. He's basically saying you can't put him as play him on off coverage. He's a lockdown CB. He should be man to man. He should be the guy that jamming you at the line or.
Slay didn't have anybody to compliment him either.
That's what he's saying, Gar.
Right. That's I'm agreeing with him.
He's not calling him bad. Can't play Slay. He's saying you can't play.
You guys said that.
Right. I'm just making a pun. That's all.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
So, okay, was that? Did you have something else there, Mike?
No, that was pretty much it. That was the last of the ones that I kind of went through. I could have came up with a couple others. I didn't really mind. I wasn't. These were the ones that I looked at and I thought were bad decisions. Mm-hmm. When they happened, I looked at each of these and I thought they were bad decisions. These aren't the ones that didn't go right that I didn't mind. The drafting of Sidney Jones, I wasn't in love with that idea, but I kind of at least understood it, at least a little bit. So I didn't bring that one up. There was probably another signing or two that they made that didn't work out. Hanging on to the offensive lineman, maybe a little too long. I don't know. But
out of the bunch, who did they hold on to too long? I think Peters is the only one, right? They didn't hold on to Kelsey too long. Kelsey's a Pro Bowler this year. Lane Johnson was just banged up. He's still relatively young. I'm afraid that Lane Johnson's breaking down.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's relatively young. I don't know if he is relatively young anymore. What's he, about 32 as an offensive lineman?
He's starting to. No, he's 30.
Is he 30? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been in the league 6 years.
Brandon Brooks is around the same. Callie just said Jeffrey. Mike mentioned Jeffrey. They extended Jeffrey another year, and that he was unmovable until he signed that extension at an insurmountable amount of money a year. And it's not even that; it's his cap hit that's insurmountable. You can't move on from someone like that. So many question marks and so many things you got to look back. I know hindsight's 20/20, and I know there are some things that maybe even the most fanatic football fan wouldn't have seen coming. But
Yeah.
some of these, like we've said it on the show. Now, I was giving Rager a chance.
Yeah, we all did.
You know,
we all did.
But I know Mike, for one, liked Jefferson a lot more, and most of the NFL scouts like Jefferson a lot more, and Howie's the smartest man in the room.
Right, it was the wrong pick.
And he basically, you know who Jalen Reagor is? To me, right now, he's a first-round Josh Huff. That's what he is for me. He's a gimmick play. He's a punt returner. So you drafted a punt returner at 22.
Yep.
Right now, I'm not saying that's what he's going to end up being. I'm just saying this is how I see him right now. He might end up being okay in a year or two. I don't know, but I tell you what, his biggest question mark of dropping passes and all, I didn't see anything to make me think he's not going to do that anymore. He dropped an easy one on Sunday. So
you even got to set that again. Like we've talked about this, is it the development thing? Because I mean, I hate to bring it. Nelson Aguilar had a great year with the Raiders.
Yeah,
now, is it the change of scenery thing?
I think it's a change of scenery thing.
Right. But like it's a over and over and over thing here. Like,
but you know what?
I'm not saying he's a great talent, but Arcega-Whiteside can't even get on the fucking field.
He made a monster play this week, but the thing with Aguilar is his numbers this year weren't that much worse than some of his better seasons, or that much better than some of his better seasons with the Eagles.
Mike, he had over 70 catches, man.
I bet you he had somewhere around 65 in his top year or two with the Eagles.
Well, it was really only 1 year. It was that 17 year they went to the Super Bowl. That was the only good year he had.
I guess. I thought he had at least 2 good years, but I mean, still, we're splitting hairs. I mean,
right. It's just now again, it may be the change of scenery. He just looks completely different, like for another team.
He looks like a more confident player.
Right.
Yeah. So it was 17 where he had. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the stats now, but he had a half decent year that year.
Love that beautiful look, the waterfall.
Yeah, well done, Mike.
I got Boddington's, by the way. Boddington's he said opening that sounded like a wet fart.
Yeah, Kelly, where is Polsky? Somebody better wake him up and tell him that we started.
No, he's he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to jump on right as we came on. So, he says he had another yard sale.
He's had a weightlifting competition.
Yeah, I went to open that second beer, dude. It like spilled all over the place. That sucked. But how about because we got to bring it up.
Here we go.
That game on Sunday. And everything that came after that, and the debacle that is TankGate. Did they or did they not tank that game on Sunday by putting in Nate Sudfeld when Jalen Hurts was having not a great game passing? Oh, by the way, I got to play the Hurts clip. Wasn't having a great game passing, but he ran your 2 touchdowns in. You know, he looked sloppy. But so, there we go.
He looked exposed.
And he's looked exposed every game.
Yes.
In the second half. Every single game he's played in, he's looked exposed. Teams are playing in and they're making adjustments at halftime and they know how to play him. And here he is, a couple games now under his belt, 3 games. Now defenses can see him a little bit better.
Well, another thing about Hurts. I mean, we're all complaining about, Carson Wentz says he doesn't want to compete. He doesn't want to compete for the job. If you remember, Hurts didn't want to compete for his job back in college. He was replaced on one team. He didn't want to compete, so he moved on to another team.
Yeah, it's different in college.
Man, he wouldn't get drafted.
He had draft position on the line. It's different in college.
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking about.
He had to play. He had to play, or he wouldn't have been drafted.
So in 2017, real quick, Aguilar had 62 catches, 768 yards, and 8 touchdowns. The following year, he had 64 touchdowns, 736 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
He had 64 touchdowns that year?
64 catches.
64 catches. Did I say touchdowns?
Yeah, you said touchdowns.
64 catches with 4 touchdowns. And this year he had 48 catches.
He only
for
had 48 catches.
And 896 yards, which is his career high, and tied his career with 8 touchdowns. John Crompton just confirmed that as well. So
maybe that's why he looked better this year, because he had so many touchdowns and like small sample,
and they were long.
Yeah, less catches, but a lot of yards. Maybe that's why it looked better this year.
And the highlight reel polarizing, long catches.
Yeah.
So while Dave Peterson just brought it up, Kelly said Jerry Rice numbers. Dave Peterson just brought it up. They did tank, but I love how hurt New York was.
Yeah, that was great.
Joe Judge going off about integrity of the game. I'm just going to say this. You're an assistant coach for the New England Patriots, and you're going to talk about integrity of the game.
Yes.
Like put your team in a better position.
Yeah,
Don't
you won
6 wins.
Yeah,
You're worried about it. Yeah, come on.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel so. Here's my thoughts on the tanking.
Joe Judge, grab your ankles, pull your cheeks apart, and take it in the ass. That's your fault for not putting your team in a better position.
There he is. There he is, Ryan. Right there. There's Polsky.
Oh, there he is.
Fucking blow smudge. How about that? Fuck you.
So no, I mean, do I think I think that they probably tanked. As a player, as an organization, it's an embarrassment. As a fan,
I could care less.
I was like,
who cares?
Great. As
who cares?
As feeling bad for New York, no.
Yeah,
Don't feel bad for New York at all.
Completely agree. Like from a player perspective, you have a chance to win the game. You do everything you can to win the game. But guess what? We're not players. So,
but
I'd rather have the draft pick. Jason Kelsey, I feel bad for.
As an
organization, why, Mike? They got a ring.
Well, I mean, I just felt bad for them.
What is this one win going to do for them?
Mike, never feel bad for somebody that makes over fucking $2 million.
No, but seriously, what would this one win have done for them, Mike? Like, how, do you don't think they're over it?
Well, I don't know. When you're in the middle of the game, I mean, shit, I'm playing a pickup game of basketball and I'm pissed off if I'm losing and they sub out my best player or my point guard for another point guard. I'm like, this sucks. Like, what the fuck?
All right, so from like a competitive standpoint.
Yeah, I just felt bad from a competitive standpoint because you play to win the game and you're just like, dude, at the time, I mean, am I over it? Are they over it? Probably by now, but at the time I'm like, yeah,
I see what you're saying from a competitive standpoint.
You're out there fighting to win a game, and
you're
getting the rug pulled out from under you.
You're like White Goodman. You're like, we're out here, we're busting balls. We can't see how fast the ball goes. Her face got in the way. That's why she got hit with it.
Did you guys see I seen some skit from I don't even know what movie it was with Rodney Dangerfield and Joe Pesci, where they're at the racetrack, and this horse is like pulled away, like way out in front, and then you just see the guy like pulling back on the reins of the thing, and the horse stops, and then he like puts his feet on the ground and he's like screeching with the dirt and stuff like that. And that's the horse that they got the win, obviously, and he's like way ahead. All of a sudden he's in last place or something like that. And meanwhile, Joe Pesci goes out and beats the shit out of him because that's what Joe Pesci does. He beats the shit out of the jockey.
I shared this thing. I said, here's the Eagles coming out in the second half, and it was Ric Flair walking.
Oh yeah.
He falls flat on the
It was the Eagles in the second half. This was I got audio of Joe Judge after the game when he found out that the Eagles tanked, quote unquote.
Fuck you. What the fuck? Fuck. Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking. I do two fucking fucks. Fuck.
Fucking Rocco, yeah.
What a fucking jitbag.
Fucking Rocco. You certainly got the diversity of the word.
Jitbag.
You know what's funny, Garrett? Like, I can't tell when that's the recording and that's you. Because it's perfect. It's great. Oh, man. So I'm just laughing at Callie and Polsky on our text thread here. And, of course, if you want to join in, it's Every Friday on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. People actually on all three streams have been chiming in tonight.
That's awesome.
Basically, he's calling up. Callie's calling Polsky an fucking old ass Hulk, and Polsky goes, "My eyes go green. Look out!" And Callie goes, "Your glasses break and your old pubes turn green."
Easy, Callie. He'll power bomb you, you cocksucker.
Oh man, Peterson. I think Peterson. Jesus, Dave Peterson. He basically summed it up right here. The season was shit. The number 6 pick is okay with me, and I think from a fan perspective, look, was there any real worry that the Eagles were going to win on Sunday? Like, were you really? I don't mean like, did you want them to win? Like, were you worried that they were going to win?
They had no chance
or not? Like, were you like, oh yeah, once you saw the deactivation report, the inactive report, you were kind of like, yeah.
Personally, I watched it to find something to bitch about.
That 4th and goal play, Hurts throws a better pass. They may win that game, despite everything.
Yeah.
Even if they put Sudford on, they may win that game.
I mean, Hurts is not the answer. Get out of here with him.
Well, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying
he
he's not. But like, you haven't seen enough. You can't say that he can't play in the NFL or he's not going to be a good quarterback. Like, you just haven't seen enough.
Well, there's a scenario out there. Don't you scenario guy?
Don't scenario me, guy.
There's a scenario.
I threw a scenario out there.
Don't you scenario me either, you fuck.
So Deshaun Watson
I
is
like
very, very unhappy right now, and
right, because he don't have a say on who gets hired as an offensive coordinator.
Right, because all of a sudden the NFL turned in the NBA where the players run the teams, right?
Yeah, come on, man.
So it goes back to the DeAndre Hopkins leaving. He was pissed about that. He was not happy. He expressed his displeasure. Oh, absolutely.
I'm not even a Houston fan, and I was pissed.
Yeah. And so that happens, and now he's claiming that he's very unhappy with the other hirings they've made and stuff, and he wants out. So, Mike, present your scenario, hypothetical scenario, guy.
Yeah. So obviously, you got 2 guys that are both making a ton of money, that both are unhappy. So how about swapping Wentz for Watson? You say, wait a second, Watson is much better than Wentz. So how about we make it interesting and the Eagles give up the 6th overall pick with Wentz for Watson?
It'll take more than that.
Why? How will it take care of the number 6
more than the number 6
and a bona fide starting quarterback in the NFL?
You're not.
All right, so I got to say something. I thought you were saying a 6th round pick.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
No, number 6 overall.
I think more than that.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think you will need more. And I think honestly,
that gets it done.
Yeah, it does get it done, but I wonder if it's too much. Because
that's why it's a good question.
the only reason I say that is because Watson's disgruntled. So you have a little bit of leverage there.
Yeah, but Wentz is disgruntled too. Wentz came off a terrible season.
Is Wentz disgruntled though? Is he?
Well, we don't know.
I will say this: the only thing, if those reports weren't true, he would have come out and said something.
Exactly.
And he hasn't said a word.
Why has he not been out to talk?
So let me ask you this, Sean.
He's too busy killing ducks.
Aside from Mahomes, is there another player in the league right now that you would consider starting your franchise with?
No, I mean, I like Herbert a lot.
Herbert.
Would you take him over Watson?
No. That's what I was going.
Maybe Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, definitely.
Yeah, it's funny because I think that the Josh Allen thing, I think he's got like the Wentz magic, and I think I look at Buffalo, and we'll do an NFL playoff preview real quick in a few minutes here. Looking at the first round, super wild card weekend, which should be pretty cool. But I look at the Bills and I think they remind me of the Eagles a couple years ago. They're so they're explosive, they're fun. Their quarterback's playing at such a high level right now.
But the Bills are able to develop talent.
Mm-hmm.
They have developed talent.
Yeah, I mean, Singleton's turned into a nice player. For them, their defense has been improving over the past few years. I mean, look, you got McDermott, who's a defensive coach, so you have that. But Josh Allen really has taken such a big step. Last year, Josh Allen was the worst deep throw deep ball thrower in the league last year, and he gets Stephon Diggs, and you're like, when they made that acquisition, I'm like, okay, but Diggs is more of a long threat, and I'm like, I don't know about that. It's worked out tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Josh Allen's rookie year, he was the worst. He had the worst completion percentage. Then last year, he jumped 10 percentage points.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
And then this year, he jumped another 6 or 7 percentage points, I think. And you just talked about the year he had. Like, he's gotten consistently better every year in the league.
Deep ball, Polsky, not deep throat.
Quarterback development, bro.
So
yeah, John, you think that it takes more than a 6th overall pick with
exactly what I was just saying,
MVP type player?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I agree with you, John Crompton.
The only thing I'm saying, I just wonder if it's too much because of the fact that Watson's publicly disgruntled. Like I said, I don't know if you have to give up the farm for him. I don't know.
Well, look, if they're about it, like that, this was the question. If they're about it, I'm giving up Wentz and the 6th pick for Deshaun Watson.
I'm doing it too. As much as the Eagles need addressing the most important position with a bona fide star. I'm going back and forth with TJ on this a little bit, and he was saying that Wentz and Watson are like basically on the same level.
No, they're not.
I didn't agree with him on that.
They're not. If you would have said that to me last year, 2 years ago, maybe I would have been
last year you would like, I still like Watson better, but
right. I still thought Watson was a better quarterback, but it wasn't like this.
Right.
It is now.
Now it's like this. Yeah. Way off.
But the other thing is, what I brought up is, did you guys watch, speaking of the Bills, did you guys watch the game last year where Watson, against a good defensive team, carried that team single-handedly by himself to like a 24-point comeback win?
Yeah.
And he does it all. He does it. He runs. He's got a nice arm. He's smart. So you took away one of his weapons, and you basically come back. He's only 25. Watson's only 25 years old. He's actually younger than Wentz.
Yep.
2 years younger than Carson Wentz.
3 1s for him. So yeah, John, 3 1s. But are any of them a top 10, top 5 1?
But remember, John, so you're also
starting quarterback.
Hey, Denny. Yeah, we're gonna talk some Sixers, dude. Yeah, you guys are gonna talk about basketball. Yeah, we're gonna talk some Sixers a little bit later. Gary will be sleeping by then.
Oh, I'm good,
man. God, I guess I have to do it. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing. I don't think you can offer 3 1s for, because look, you're giving them a quarterback too, and you're giving them the 6th pick in a wide receiver heavy draft, which they need wide receiver. You stick Wentz with Will Fuller and whoever
Devontae Smith,
dude. Like the thing that sucks though is that we can have that. We can have Wentz with Smith here. So, man, I don't know. I don't know.
You ain't getting. It's not going to be a even swap.
That wouldn't be an even swap.
You're
giving up a quarterback and the 6th pick.
You need
the
more.
6th pick is huge.
You need more than that.
That's a huge value. The 6th pick overall is a huge value.
Huge value.
That's why I'm not so sure. Like,
you need more than that.
All right, Gary, you said it.
I'm saying it again.
Like that.
Fuck up!
How about that?
You're embarrassing yourself, you geriatric fuck!
Like
I know he's only 25.
The only reason I like that, my concept on it is, if you're not going to get a player at that with that pick that's that important, then Deshaun Watson, like more important than Deshaun Watson would be here. That's why I would do it.
Yeah, and anybody else, it could be, but
what if Devontae Smith or Chase end up being a Hall of Fame wide receiver?
I would rather have the short thing.
Quarterback's still the more important position.
Yeah. And I'd rather have the sure thing.
What if Jalen Hurts ends up becoming Deshaun Watson?
Sean's saying losing the draft value. That's all.
Yeah. I'm just worried. You're in a position where, look, this team does have a lot of holes.
Yeah, this is never happening. So I mean, we probably beaten a dead horse on.
Why is it though? I don't know. Maybe it is. It might be out there. I mean, it
just happened. I mean, the Watson story just came out yesterday, and that's just something I conjured up in my head. It wasn't like a report or anything. I was just like,
But if he really becomes available, you also got to look at a team like You also got to turn. I'm not even answering that question.
Ken wants to know so he just tuned in. No, Ken. No, we're not jumping from the Wentz wagon. We're
maybe if it's for Watson and give it a 6
for Deshaun Watson. Yes, I'm moving on.
Yeah, we're throwing out a hypothetical here.
Yeah, if he does become available, you also got to look at a team like the Miami Dolphins who have so many picks, and they have Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, if he becomes available, I think it's a pipe dream that the Eagles are able to pull it off anyway.
Yeah,
hypothetically, I would trade that for him.
Scenario, guy.
Yeah.
I guess if Miami's offering Tua and the 5th or 4th or whatever pick or 3rd or whatever pick they have, and Eagles are offering Wentz in the 6th, if I'm Houston, I'm taking Tua
in the 3rd. You're right.
All right, so why don't we? Because I hate to.
Yeah, we got to move on. Yeah,
we have to move on. But do you think the Wentz reports are true?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, I don't. I just don't know until he comes out and he talks about his feelings.
Yeah, I think him not coming out is more telling than him saying anything, honestly.
That's kind of where I'm at.
But you know what, guys? We as a sports podcast, we need to feel like something is true. So if it's a report, we jump on that report.
Not even that, it's fans. You're letting these
who reported it though?
Yeah, you're letting these stories come out. Chris Mortensen, look, someone's like, "Oh, he's just looking for clout." I'm like, Chris Mortensen,
not Chris Mortensen, and neither is Adam Schefter. And Adam Schefter confirmed it. Like
they don't need clout. Those guys do not need clout.
But they may not need clout, but they're definitely going to. They're still going to want to report things that get people talking.
It's not about.
Schefter's not like I would say.
Neither is Chris Mortensen. Chris Mortensen's home recovering from cancer.
Guys, but I mean, they're guys that want to kind of bring up.
All right.
I mean, he's home recovering from cancer, dude. Like he's not looking for a fucking story. Like he has sources. Like Chris Mortensen is legit.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Ken.
A light on or something. I can't fucking see.
So you're saying that Carson Wentz is that weak-minded above his shoulders, bro?
I don't think that it's a weak-minded. See, that's the thing. I mean, Gary, I don't know why you go weak-minded on that. The guy wants to start. It's not even like a chance to, and maybe he sees the writing on the wall. If he gets a chance to reconnect with Reich, you don't think that he's going to consider it?
See,
or if he's been jerked around by Peterson in the front office, that he's not going to say, "Yeah, man, look, if a better situation comes around, I'd be interested."
I would believe that if the Colts came to them and said that. There's no guarantee that the Colts are going to want Wentz. There's no, so he can't just like demand, trade me to the Colts because that's where I want to go. Here's my thing. And to weak-minded thing, I kind of agree with, if this is true, and I'm 95% sure it sounds like this is true personally. Here's my thing. I think I've said this to you guys in the text thread. The guy was drafted 2nd overall. He comes in, you have a quarterback here that you thought was going to play out the year and then give it away to Wentz. And Wentz, that guy ahead of him, is then traded. Wentz is then handed the keys. Here you go, right in your hand. Team's yours. Have fun.
He's never been challenged.
No, so he does that. Gets hurt.
You can look at it from the opposite side of it too.
Watches Nick Foles win the Super Bowl. No, Carson, it's okay. It's still your team. I know this guy just brought the franchise its first ever Super Bowl, but it's still your team, Carson. And that was polarizing to this entire city.
Even though even though we're going to build a statue of him out front of the complex.
The next year, he's banged up all year. He gets hurt. Foles takes him to the playoffs, almost wins a playoff game. It's okay, Carson. It's still your team. We're not re-signing Foles. We're going to let him go. It's still your team. And he takes the team on his back last year. All the credit in the world goes to Peterson. All the credit in the world goes to Wentz and that entire team for pulling it through and making it to playoffs with that dreck. And then he faces adversity this year because he blows. Look, he should have been benched halfway through the season. Yep. By game 8, he should have been benched, and he was not. And Peterson stuck with him. And now you want out because you faced with a little adversity, man. Yeah. I tell you, what Ken Rogers just said, from Nick breaking the curse and the team turning around drafting a quarterback in the second round. And I understand that Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback, but when they took Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers responded by throwing 48 fucking touchdowns this year.
Right. Make the Eagles regret using a second round pick on a quarterback because you're playing so good.
Right. See, but I think of it more on the other side of it. That Wentz is never. You said handed the keys. Wentz as a rookie was handed the keys. Then had an MVP caliber season next year, and Foles won the Super Bowl for him. The next year, he's looking over his shoulder with Foles throughout the year. They finally get rid of Foles. Last year, he's, doesn't start out well, carries the team towards the back, and then they go and turn around and seemingly stab him in the back by taking a quarterback in the second round, and he's back looking over. I feel like instead of being handed the keys, his entire career, he's almost been second-guessed and had to look over his shoulder. And there isn't a whole lot of other quarterbacks of his stature and caliber that have had to deal with that.
Yeah. I just want to have Danny's comment real quick. I truthfully don't think the offense really cared for Wentz to definitely protect the Hurts. It is ironic that the offensive line seemed to play a little bit better when Hurts was there. The only thing with Hurts, though, they rolled him out a lot.
He was constantly moving. So, I get that point, but it's kind of hard. So, my thing here, again, I do think he's a little mentally weak. But at the same time, we've had the conversation that there's something between him and Peterson. Mm-hmm. So, it's just not working with him and Peterson. And we all said that we believe Peterson should be gone. So, if the Eagles... If we see that there's something between Wentz and Peterson, and the Eagles have clearly made it clear that Peterson isn't going anywhere, why would Wentz want to be here if there's a problem there? If them two can't get on the same page,
right?
So does that make it? Does that mean that Wentz is wrong and that he's weak and soft because he wants to get out of a situation?
No, that's what I'm saying. I do think he's a little mentally weak. I think that's an issue. I think his biggest problem is from his neck up. He can't get out of his own head.
Well, he might be fighting the demons of the injuries and stuff too.
Right. But at the same time, the Eagles have done nothing to help him.
No.
Mm.
So,
they tried.
Right.
They failed. They tried. Right. And I had this argument with somebody. Someone was telling me they didn't do anything. I said, yes, they did. They drafted Reagor in the first round. They drafted Hightower. They brought in Marquise Goodwin. They brought in speed guys.
They brought in Miles Sanders. They brought in Dallas Goedert.
Right, because last year they couldn't get any separation, right? So they went out and get guys that were supposed to create separation. Whatever. But all right, so
coaching.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Playoff preview.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. Coaching hasn't done dog shit to help them at all, and that's kind of what I was alluding to with Denny's comment. It's different game plan for Hurts. It was weird, but
right.
All right, so we got a super wild card weekend. It's gonna be pretty wild.
6 games.
Yeah. So
7 teams in 6 games, starting at 1 on Saturday.
We got like a triple double.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It starts off the Colts and the Bills. Josh Allen going against Phillip Rivers, taking the Colts to the playoffs.
Kind of a mentor against a mentee type. I mean, not that they're mentor and mentee, but kind of like the old usher and the new type.
Yeah.
Right. Should be a great game, man. Bills are favored by 6.5.
Yeah, somebody better. Mark, you're right. Somebody better go check on Gary and see if he,
I don't
somebody better
know.
go pick him up off his, the bar
I
stool.
think 6.5 is a lot of points. The Colts have a good defense, and the Colts have a decent running game, and an okay passing game. I think that's a lot of points, but I'm going Bills here.
Yeah, I like the Colts to cover, but I think the Bills win.
The Bills.
I like the Bills to win and cover.
Really?
Okay.
I think the Bills are pretty good.
Yeah. It's just the playoffs. The playoffs are always different. Yeah, everything is just a little different. The teams play each other a little tighter, but so we got the Rams and the Seahawks. Is Jared Goff playing?
I don't know.
Don't know. I don't think they've made a decision yet. I haven't.
Yeah, he's.
I'll have to look it up tomorrow.
I know he was banged up, so I don't know. I'm trying to find out here. He is limited.
No,
he said if I have to play at any point, I'm ready to play. So he'll probably play.
Come on, man.
Does that make a difference? Against Seattle, Russell Wilson, they're only favored by 3. Seattle.
Rams got a good defense.
They do, and they shut down DK Metcalf twice this year, but I still like Seattle.
I like Seattle. I think the Rams have played like
a fraud.
Yeah.
They're a fraud.
I hate that
team. The Rams are a fraud.
Yeah,
I hate McVay.
They got a good defense, but that offense is a fraud. Jared Goff
I don't hate McVay.
Jared Goff is not as good as he's made out to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Seattle, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Rams win.
Bucks and the football team. I can't believe it. And the Bucks are favored by 7.5.
No way.
No,
on the road.
Bills. What, Bucks?
Oh, I think they cover too. I think the Bucks cover.
No way. Not with that defense. I think that's a tough game. I think the Bucks win, but I think Washington definitely stays in the game.
Really?
Yes.
You saw them play against the Eagles. They couldn't beat the Eagles' backups. And the Eagles sucked.
I hear you, dude. I hear you. But Washington does 2 things that it takes to win in the playoffs. They play good defense, and they have a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over.
And he doesn't.
A hurt quarterback.
Brady doesn't move, though.
Right. But that defense is that defense is going to keep them in it.
Tom Brady has a career passing game in that game.
Yeah, I'm taking
Tom Brady's been.
Yeah, I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks to win. I just think Washington stays in it.
All right.
John Cropton said, "Could Washington even score?" That's the thing. I don't think they're going to be able to. Yeah, I don't think so. Steve, Mike's brother said Bucks cover easy. I'm agreeing. I think the Bucks win this game. AFC Ravens Titans. Ooh, Ravens.
This one's the toughest game of it all.
Road on the road.
Ravens are favorite.
Yeah. By how much? Like 3.5 or something? Like by a pretty considerable amount, right?
Yeah, I think this is a Lamar Jackson though.
Lamar Jackson.
The revenge game from last year.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson, he's been on a tear the last 3 weeks or so.
Derrick Henry ran for 200 and some yards and got 2,000 yards on the season.
Yeah, right, Mike.
Right.
That defense, though.
You know what?
That Tennessee defense is terrible, though.
Yeah.
That's where that's where I'm at.
I think I'm taking Tennessee.
I'm going to take Baltimore.
I just it's the playoffs and you know.
Yeah, I'm going with Baltimore, Sean.
Early.
I like Tennessee.
That's a coin flip game, though.
That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be the best game. Watch, it'll be a fucking blowout.
This might be the shittiest game, honestly. Bears, Saints. Bears are underdogs by 10.
Wow, it's 10 now. It was 8.5. Now it's 10.
I don't like Trubisky and that. Look, David Montgomery can run. Allen Robinson's a good receiver. Damn, look at this. Ken Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, 48 touchdowns, no turnovers in the red zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
Yes.
Damn. Dave Peterson picked the Ravens as well. Steve said, "I love Lamar, but I love Henry." I don't think he gave his pick. Yeah. So I've seen. I don't know if they'll cover, but I'm taking the Saints to win it. Michael Thomas is back too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints.
That game don't even belong on TV.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they cover either. I mean, it's somewhere around that. Double digits is a lot.
Yeah.
I'd say that it's somewhere around 9. But I'm going to take the Saints to win, but Chicago to cover.
All right.
Could be a
And we
blowout.
got the late game on Sunday night, 8:15, Browns Steelers. Now the Browns won because the Steelers played Mason Rudolph in the last week of the year, and basically let the Browns into the playoffs. And they had a chance to win, and now they have to play each other. And it's funny how everyone criticized the Eagles, but no one criticized Pittsburgh for doing basically the same thing.
Well, Pittsburgh wasn't tanking though. Pittsburgh was resting.
They weren't
for
tanking.
the playoffs.
They had a chance. They could have been number 2 seed. Maybe change their matchup up. But, not as much to play. I mean, honestly, look, again, I'm not blaming the Eagles for losing. I think as a fan, I'm glad they lost the game. But I don't know.
The Browns are without Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, the whole coach.
What's the line on that game now?
Oh shoot, I lost it. I don't know. It's I don't know.
Okay. I don't remember, Johnny.
Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. I forget. Let me look real quick. It was
Papa Sheet.
It's 6. Steelers by 6.
Ooh, I think they cover. Steelers haven't been playing all that great, but with the Browns being so stuck with COVID, yeah.
I just think that the Steelers have played like shit the last month.
I think the Browns put them.
Nick Chubb is going to run. Wow,
they're missing a Pro Bowl offensive lineman too.
Yeah, Dupree.
I know, but
I thought you were talking about that Steelers. I'm sorry, they're missing Bud Dupree.
Yeah, I'm going Browns here. I think they pull off the upset.
I like the Browns. I like the Browns.
All right, cool. So enjoy the first week of the. I don't know, John. I don't remember. Steve just said. Give me a fun weekend. All right, so we're gonna reveal a new segment. We're gonna do it every week, hopefully. And it's called "While You Were Drunk." I should come up with like a theme, like come up with some song or something for it, like some kind of intro, right? So basically, while you were drunk is going to be quick stories that we're not going to have time, especially not tonight, to talk about, but things we want to mention real quick, and we'll have a comment and move on, and just kind of want to talk about it. Screw you, Denny. The best is that Green Bay has a bye week. He's a Packer fan. So while you were drunk, ladies and gents, here we go. So I want to start off Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's in the hospital.
Yeah.
ICU.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's a doctor. He'll be all right. So there's that. All right.
Ryan's not amused.
No, it was funny the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
Now you hear this. How about that? You fuck.
Boogie Cousins came back. Boogie came. Come on, Gary. What the fuck? You're on the fucking screen.
Sorry.
Shit's pouring out of his mouth. Jesus Christ. Fucking millions of people are watching you, Gar. Millions.
Come on.
You got a fucking macaroni and cheese piece sticking out of your fucking lip.
Gary weighs millions, it's thousands.
For the people here in attendance, and the millions and millions.
Let's watch Gary stuff his fucking face. Boogie Cousins tore his ACL. Goes back after being off.
Wait, he tore his ACL this year?
Last year.
Oh.
Comes back and then immediately gets ejected for fighting with Cauley Stein. So welcome back, Boogie Cousins.
That's a great name.
Speaking of ACLs, is that the next one?
I love that name.
It sure is, Mike. Go for it.
Markel Fultz, our favorite first 1 overall pick of all time, tore his ACL. And, the comeback story everybody loved. So now he's going to have people are going to have a million more excuses. Well, he tore his ACL. How do you expect him to come back? So you'll hear stories about now how he's coming back from another injury and how great of a feel-good story it's going to be when he, comes back and, averages 12 points and 3 rebounds a game playing 34 minutes.
He still has a
And they have
horrible
the star
back
potential.
shot,
Yeah.
horrible like foul shot form. Oh my god, and it's worse than Charles Barkley's golf swing.
I'll take Shake Milton over him, by the way.
I got in a social media debate last week from a guy that was comparing him to Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He was like, "I never said that." I said, "You brought his name up," and then some other dude chimed in. Are you seriously comparing him to Ben Simmons? And I was like, "Yeah, he did, but he says he didn't. Maybe you can figure it out."
Held this in his house.
Shut the fuck up!
As he's typing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see you, Fultz. Hopefully your mom can make you a lot of meatloaf while you're sitting at home with your mother, overbearing mother.
Him and his sideshow Bob haircut.
The New York Mets yesterday. The New York Mets acquired Lindor and Carlos Carrasco. What the fuck?
Yep.
What are the? Why is everyone else getting better?
Yep. The Phillies are the worst team in that division.
They might be the last place team that year.
Yep.
Even over Florida, huh?
Yep.
Florida has some again, like every other freaking year. Florida has that young talent, man.
And it doesn't matter. We can't beat them anyway.
Steve said Fultz has had a tough. If he has good for him, I'll say this about Fultz.
No, fuck Fultz. I don't want to hear anybody defend him. Fuck him.
I'm not doing it.
Fuck him.
We gave him every chance. I mean, we talked about this. Everyone says poor Fultz.
Yeah.
We supported him and got behind him for 2 straight years.
Comes in, hits a 3-pointer, the fucking place erupted.
Got right
Fuck
behind
him.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
That's what we did as Philadelphia fans, taking him first. Boston. Actually, that's what Danny Ainge said to us.
Yeah. Oh, you want Fultz? Really? Oh, okay. Because I'm taking Tatum either way.
Always said he's weak and soft.
And we knew, and we had Joran Weitzman on. He said that room did not want Markelle Fultz. They wanted Tatum, and that Colangelo was all about Fultz. And look, so was
everybody else.
So was everyone else. So it's hard to beat up the. I'm not beating up the Sixers.
So was everything else.
I'm not beating up the Sixers for that pick. I'm beating up Fultz. Yeah, fuck him. 2 more things. Tommy Lasorda passed away today at the age of 93. What's that?
In 93, he lived long enough.
That's kind of, I can't do it.
Yeah,
Come on, you had to love Tommy Lasorda, man.
No. I was gonna play this.
It's true.
But that's in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that came to mind for me, though, and I already texted you guys, so is Philly Fanatic coming to his funeral?
Gary, do you think the Philly Fanatic sticks his red rocket in his mouth?
Absolutely. And fills it with foam.
That little thing comes out, tickles his belly button. And the last thing I want to talk about, and it's a segue into our next segment, the NHL has partnered up with Discover, Honda, Mass Mutual, and Scotiabank as the divisions are going to be named this year. So it's the West, the Honda West Division, the Scotia North Division, the Discover Central Division, and the Flyers are in the Mass Mutual East Division. Look, I'll say this:
they need to regain revenue, man. Like,
yeah, any way to make money, I know, but it just.
I know. I just hope that it's not a permanent thing. That it's a temporary this year type of deal. You
got to. Even if you grab your ankles, take in the ass, you got to get your money.
Yeah, I know. And Polsky just said Dave heart to heart. Yeah, dude. We're gonna do a special show for Down the Way Dave in a couple weeks here. So stay tuned for that.
I gotta pee, fellas.
Okay. So Flyers preview, NHL preview. Why don't we are in limited time here. So I'm gonna go through some quick moves for the NHL overall, and then we'll move on to the Flyers. Sound good?
Yeah.
So notable moves that happened in the offseason, the very, very short offseason, mind you. Taylor Hall, who's been moving a lot lately, he went to Buffalo. Alex Pietrangelo went to the Vegas Golden Knights, so that team just gets stronger. He was the top defenseman on the market. Tori Couturier.
I thought Vegas had the dump salary.
I mean, they got rid of a few guys, but the guys they gained, to me, like, you know, I don't see them dropping off. Torrey Krug went to the St. Louis Blues, actually, and he left Boston, and Boston lost Chara as well. So, so they're hurting a little bit. Robbie Lanier went to Vegas, the goalie. So now, you know, they have a nice, suitable backup. I think most likely to play backup. Mike Hoffman went to the Blues. He's one of the top forwards ever on the market. Cam Talbot, goalie, went to the Minnesota, whatever the fuck they're called, the Wild now. Bobby Ryan, Philadelphia native, left Ottawa and went to the Detroit Red Wings. We'll get to that one in a second because it's a Flyers move. Wayne Simmons, our old friend, is now playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This one is crazy. Lundqvist went to the Capitals, and he's going to miss the year. He has to get open heart surgery. And
wow, yeah,
dude. I always, you know, I know he's a Ranger his whole career and all that stuff, but I always liked him. Yeah, he's a good dude, and that's a shame.
Like the rosy cheeked Richter.
Oh my God, I forgot about him having the rosy cheeks. Chara, as I mentioned, went to the Capitals. So the Flyers, the big sign.
It's gonna be a sad day when Chara retires, because then I think that I'll be older than the oldest NHL player.
Yeah. All right. Oh man. Well, Yager's still putting on points in some European league somewhere.
No shit.
Yeah, still goals. Yeah. And real quick, the USA won the juniors, won the gold over Canada. It's pretty awesome this week.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, so the Flyers, really the only signing was Gustafsson, coming over from Calgary, defenseman. He's pretty much, I guess, taken the spot of Niskanen, who retired. The Flyers
kind of
also
like a Ghost Sphere type player, like a little bit of an upgrade over Ghost Sphere, I guess.
I hope so. You know, you gotta hope so. I mean, he's been in the league for a couple of years here. You know, you gotta hope that he can establish some sort of stability in that back end. He's gonna have his chances, that's for sure. And you know, we'll go through the lines too real quick before we do schedules and predictions. But the Flyers lost Tyler Pitlick, which I was a little upset about because I thought Pitlick was one of their better players in the playoffs this summer, which is weird to say. And Nate Thompson, they lost him. They lost Derek Grant, and like I just said, Niskanen is out. He retired. So, but yeah, you want to go? I guess we can go through the lines real quick. The projected Philadelphia Flyers 2021 season lines. And it's weird to not say 2020, 2021 because, you know, it started so late. This is going to be fun, though. 55 games. 55 game schedule. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
The projected lines. Oscar Lindblom on the first line with Boots and Konechny.
Giroux's off the first line, huh?
Giroux on the second line with Kevin Hayes and Joe Farabee. Then this is projected. All right.
So Giroux still playing wing?
Yeah, he'll be playing the wing. Yeah, still. Yeah, the Flyers actually have a little bit of an overflow of centermen right now. So, so Giroux with Hayes and Farabee. The third line looks like it's going to be Nolan Patrick at center with JVR and Voracek.
I like putting him there.
Dude, I tell you what, that's
a decent third line.
That's a great third line.
Yeah.
And the fourth line, and I had to double check because I thought Raffle left, and here Raffle was lended to a team, and he came back. So it's Lawton, Raffle, and Nikolai Abu-Kabir. So that's your.
I like that line too.
That's four lines.
I like all the lines, man.
Yeah.
I like all the lines.
What was the top line?
It's Couturier, Lindblom, and Konechny.
All right, so let's look at.
I'm trying to see here. What's the most expensive?
Look at defensive pairings, Sean.
Defensive pairings. We have Provy and Gostisbehere. So that's your top pairing as of now. You have Sanheim and Philip Myers.
I think one of them guys. I think one of them guys end up on the top line with.
I think so too.
With Provorov.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
I think maybe Myers goes with Provorov.
Yeah.
That's a Phil Myers just signed a big extension, or not a big extension, a team friendly extension. To be honest with you,
Solid extension.
yeah. And Robert Haig with Gustafsson on the third defensive pairing right now, basically taking Niskanen's spot. So
Sam Warren is changing to a wing.
Yeah, they're trying him out at left wing, I believe. So I don't know how
He's an agitator type guy.
He'd be probably a fourth wing. He's gonna if that works out, he's gonna end up being that guy that's like, every couple games he comes out because he'll be scratched.
Yeah.
Likely.
I don't know if he's I think he's too big to play wing. He doesn't have enough speed. Like I don't know.
I guess they're looking at it going,
he's coming out there to beat up the opposition, Ryan. To start shit. That's what his game is going to be.
I don't know. That doesn't really work in today's NHL, though, man. Like,
I'm saying, but that's what the reports are.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with you, Gar.
Because young talent has gotten beaten up at times.
I said that it has. It's just I don't know.
I like the idea.
Of course you do. Like that's right up your alley. Honestly, it's just. They're just trying to like he was a high draft pick. He was a high draft pick, and they're trying to salvage it, which makes sense.
What is this? This is his last go around.
Yeah, so
this is his last chance.
Yeah, hopefully it works.
I'm trying a new beer. Is it? That's all it's called. It's Goose Island's Hazy IPA. Oh no! It's called Lost Palate. Lost Palate. It's let's see. It's what the hell did it say? It had like cinnamon. Oh, here we go. Mango and cinnamon with the hazy IPA thing. Hold on. Let's see how this is.
You know how I feel about them hazy IPAs.
Purple haze.
Well, that's why I got it. I was like, Gary will like this virtually.
I never knew.
Virtually. He virtually really likes it, man.
I never knew what an IPA was till I met this cocksucker.
That was a bad pour by me. That's too much head.
Give it a minute.
Garrett, take a virtual sip.
Oh. Good night.
All right, so 55 games.
My little salty Gar, I'm sorry. Been eating a lot of carbs lately.
I'm not going to go through the whole schedule, but there, it's interesting how it's laid out. We know. Peterson said, "Don't fruit the beer." I know, but the Goose Island rarely fucks up the beer, so that's why I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing. I normally don't go for the fruity beers, and it's a hazy IPA. So, all right, let me take a sip.
And Goose Island, their beers are always strong.
I don't like Goose Island.
Whoa, that's a weird combo. Mango and cinnamon. It's pretty good though.
Yeah.
What do you got there? What do you got there, Mike? Look at Mike pouring perfect beers, man.
I know mine's all fucking. Look at mine's all.
Look, Mike's sitting there like, yeah, you're damn right, damn right.
Yeah, I usually get insulted for my beer pours.
Hold on, let me get a.
My dad and my sister owned me.
Oh, we twisting your arm, huh, bro?
I'll show you how to do it.
This beer is.
He's going to show us how to pour it. He's going to have this much head.
So the Flyers. So the schedule, it's basically back to back almost. Let me see. I think it's almost the entire way. Yes, it is. No, there's a few games here and there. It's not. 98% of the schedule is back to backs. All right, so I'll just give you the match. Well, I don't have to give you the matchup. It's Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Boston, Jersey, Islanders, Washington, the Rangers. That's it, right? Yeah, those are the teams in your division. The only time they don't do back-to-backs, in February, they play Boston once, in between the Rangers 3 times. In March or April, they play Buffalo and the Islanders and Washington 3 separate times. Every other game this year is going to be back-to-back with the same team.
Yeah,
what do you think? What do you think?
It cuts down the travel.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, this is an
like the
unprecedented
longest pour in history.
with no head.
You fucking rookies, look at that.
There's no head on it.
None.
You're supposed to have some.
That's a little bit.
Dude, I can't believe fucking Ryan called it perfectly.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Fuck you, Ryan.
I told you.
Suck my dick.
So I think the Flyers, I don't want to say they take a step back. I love the way they're built. I love the young talent. A lot of hinges on Nolan Patrick. Patrick
that's huge.
Right. A lot hinges on replacing Niskanen, and a lot hinges on Carter Hart. On Carter Hart.
He's got to take the next step this year.
Who's in the division? Pittsburgh, the Rangers, the Islanders,
Boston,
Washington, and the Panthers.
It's pretty good division.
No Panthers.
Okay, so
yeah, that's a good division.
That's probably the best division in the league.
And a lot of back-to-back games.
Yeah, the Flyers are there. If Carter Hart takes the next step, I think the Flyers can contend to go to the finals.
But there's going to be a lot of animosity and there's going to be a lot of battles because there's a lot of these teams hate each other.
Right. Washington's a little older. I think all the back-to-backs will benefit a young team.
Yuengling's a good beer.
Yeah, Peterson said, "You guys make my Yuengling feel bad." Dave, I keep saying Peterson. Jeez, what the fuck's wrong with me? Mr. Peterson from Seinfeld.
Yo, we got to give this dude a name. He needs a corner pub name.
I want to call him Peterson. But then we're going to think the douchebag like the other. No, I'm kidding.
Right. You know.
How about DP?
No, Dave, that's my go-to beer, dude. That's my go-to. Yuengling is my go-to. So, Steve said we have a goalie and he's like 12. That's a good feeling. Steve, you're not kidding. Ryan, you just said you wanted to bring it up. What Carter Hart said this week.
Yeah, he said, I'm not worried about stats. I'm not worried about this. I just something along that line. I know I'm misquoting it, but basically what it said is I'm worried about being the best and winning. The fact that this,
I don't want to be just another NHL player. I want to be the best.
Yeah, and the fact that this kid has that mentality, man, I think the Flyers nailed it with him. But let's see, like he has to take another step. Mm-hmm. That's all. So that's a well said, Steve. So I'm sorry. So I think the Flyers get the 3rd, 4th seed. They're there, and they're a factor in the playoffs. It all goes to a lot's going to hinge on Nolan Patrick and Carter Hart.
And Morgan Frost. I didn't even mention him. Morgan Frost.
Oh, yeah.
I think Morgan Frost is another guy. Farabee's another one, but I think Morgan Frost is a guy who needs to take that step. Apparently in camp he's looked great. So if he takes a step up, dude, they're going to be stacked. I mean, look, I don't think I mentioned Nolan Patrick on one of those lines, right? I don't think I said Patrick.
Yeah, the fourth line.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
okay. I deleted it. I don't know why.
No, he's. You said they had him at starting center on the 4th line.
Okay.
Personally, I think Konechny needs to take the next step.
That's actually a good.
Need him to take the next step.
Yeah. Like I hear you, bro. Don't be that guy that scores 28, but we don't see you for 6 games.
Right, like shut your fucking mouth and put your product on the ice.
Is he that guy?
I like Konechny. I
love
Konechny.
Don't get me wrong, Mike. I ain't saying I don't like him.
But is he that guy that could turn into our?
We need to see the next step with his talent.
Yeah, is he that guy that can turn into our bona fide 40-goal scorer?
But I believe he can.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So predictions, real quick. What do you think they do? I know we started talking about it, but I know Ryan. I kind of sidetracked you.
Yeah. All right. So I think they get at least to the conference finals, which would be a step forward from last year. But again, if like Gary said, if Konechny goes to the next level, if Nolan Patrick is Nolan Patrick, the kid we drafted, and Carter Hart Carter Hart was kind of up and down in the playoffs last year in the bubble. If Carter Hart can get more consistent, I definitely think they can compete for the cup.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right with Ryan. I'm kind of I've been back and forth between second round and conference finals, but you think they're going to take a step up, and they made it 7 games. They won't be the 1 seed again, but I think that a lot of younger guys, losing Sanheim hurts, but a lot of the younger guys, not Sanheim, who they lost, Niskanen, yeah, losing Niskanen hurts, but I think that the younger guys take a step up, getting Lindblom and Patrick gives them a little bit of an edge. I think they go to the conference finals and, probably lose to somebody like the Lightning.
Mm-hmm. Gar.
I mean, me personally, I think they go far into the playoffs as long as Carter Hart is able to keep standing on his head. My only concern is that when you got an aggressive, fast team that plays against them, they struggled against that type of team. So are they able to compete against that type of team? If they are able to compete against that type of team, I think they have a good chance.
That's a good point, Gary. Even in the first round of the playoffs, a team they should have handily beat, that the Canadians, because of the way they came at them and constantly attacked, the Flyers struggled.
That was a tough series, man.
Yeah.
Really tough series.
Speed and aggressiveness got them.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about the scoring. They didn't add any offense. I mean, although I say that if Nolan Patrick is back and Ross can take
that's kind of like Nolan Patrick, if he turns into that, it's kind of like signing a free agent.
Right. So you got to hold out hope for that. Voracek, Giroux, these guys are another year older. I'm a little worried about that. JVR, I'm not expecting much out of him. With that being said, I still like all their lines. I still think they have a solid team. I still think that it comes down, like you guys, to the defense and Carter Hart and everyone. Dave Peterson, this is where Hart comes into play. And I love that he's watching on YouTube too, by the way. Comes into play and needs to be stellar between the pipes. He has to be. If Hart struggles, the team's going to struggle. Look, they re-signed Brian Elliott. That I shouldn't have overlooked that. That's a great signing for them, especially in a compacted season like this. That was a brilliant move for them to
55 games. He probably gets 15, 18 starts.
Yeah, and a lot. Like I said, back to backs. This is a compacted schedule. He might play more than that. He might play 20 games.
Another thing with this team, like if this team can learn to feed off the finesse of Kevin Hayes, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like they're one strong defenseman. Not the Provorov's not strong, but another strong defenseman away from really
making a push.
Making a push.
I mean, that is things that the defense
they can trade for it.
The defense is kind of a question because it's young and a lot of it's unproven.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, like Sean said, scoring may be a problem because they still where they're at right now. If Nolan Patrick turns into that again. But where they're at right now, they don't have that sniper, that guy that in a 55-game season is going to give them 35 goals.
Unless, Connecting takes that.
Right.
So,
but right now, you don't.
PR would be that person.
But right now,
you're saying Connecting,
Yeah, right now, you don't know if you have that.
Right.
Yeah. We need Connecting to show us that he's the star that he can be.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's change gears. We have a little bit of time here. We're going to talk some Sixers real quick. Sixers are now 7-2. They had a rough game last night. They played a back-to-back. They played the Nets without KD and Kyrie. I don't want to focus on that. We can talk about it if you want. I'm not worried at all about this.
No, I'm not worried. I didn't see the game, so I wasn't really sure what happened. This is the second back-to-back game.
They were sluggish, man. They were just sluggish.
But I'm gonna be a little.
You're gonna be a contrarian.
Yeah, I don't know if negative is the word, but
you're gonna be a contrarian.
Kind of like what Mike has been. Like a game like that.
You're gonna be a cocksucker.
Yeah. But a game like that, Embiid's the best player in the NBA right now. And when he's off on a back-to-back game, like Ben Simmons needs to take over, man. Again, I'm not, but like, because I love his game. But there's times where like it's got to be like, all right, my guy, our top guy's struggling. This game's mine. Like, where's the killer instinct in him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The driving and finishing strong, not the driving and then turn around and looking
that
for
fucking baby hook. That stop doing the baby hook. There is nobody when he puts his mind to it that can stop him when he goes to the rim.
Mm.
Nobody. So go hard, get fouled.
That was an upsetting. That was one upsetting thing about last night's game is that like you just said, that's a game where he needs to really, he needs to take control and be the man. You know, and that's
like
why earlier, Shimmer, we had that conversation. Who would you rather? Not who you rather, but who would you trade between the two? And I said, probably Simmons, only because I said Simmons because with Harden, that's what I was talking about. It was Harden was the guy. You would have to trade Simmons because you can still have that inside presence of Embiid. You can't have Harden and Simmons on the outside. To me, like you lose the middle, you lose everything. But on top of it, I forget who asked the question. I mean, this is the reason why I brought it up. Someone said, "Well, who's better?" And to me, Embiid is the better player on this team because Embiid can take over a game, and I have yet to see that from Ben Simmons. Still.
Right, and as we've had them conversations, and I said, I'm not trading Simmons. We haven't seen this Embiid until now.
Mm-hmm.
His whole mentality is different. So right now, if
we've seen stretches though, we've seen stretches of Embiid like this. I want to see it for a little bit longer.
I think Steve's talking
in the playoffs. Yeah,
I think Steve's talking about Simmons. He's nowhere near the best, but no, he is talking about Embiid. I'm sorry. He might be talking Embiid because you said he's the best player in the NBA.
He's not the best player in the NBA right now.
I mean, LeBron's still
right now. But right now,
this year, yes, LeBron's
through 9 games.
Yeah, LeBron's still he's having a good start again.
Yeah.
And Doncic too. He's having a good start too. But
who's the MVP right now?
He's right there.
If you give the MVP out right now, who's winning it?
Man, we are getting deep into it. 9 games in.
7, 9 games. Let me just see something here.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you're going, Sean.
So Lakers are 6-3, right? And LeBron James is averaging 24, 8 rebounds, 7 almost 9 assists a game, and a steal a game.
He's fucking 30. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I think that's your answer. Let me look at the Embiid stats. Oh, they play Jokic tomorrow.
Well,
maybe.
He's averaging 26 a game, 11 rebounds. He's averaging triple-double right now. 25, 11, and almost 11. Jesus Christ.
Wait,
so
11.
Embiid, 25, 11, 11.
Who's that?
Jokic.
Oh, Jokic. Holy shit. Yeah.
And Embiid's averaging 24, 11, and 3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Calm your tits.
All right,
I take it back.
Calm your tits. That's impressive. My
all
God.
Right, but it's because the MB just looks different this year. I think we can all agree on that.
100%. Embiid looks like a different player. He's more dominant than he's been in a long time for a longer period of time. You'll see it 2 games and you see 2 games.
Right.
He's been more consistent this year.
I heard a question on the radio today. Can Simmons win without Embiid, or can Harden win without Embiid?
Yeah, I'm going to go Harden there. No question.
Without Embiid or like what?
Yeah, if Embiid was on the floor, who would win a game? Would it be Would it be? Would you have a chance to win with?
It's Harden.
Simmons?
It's Harden, but Simmons hasn't done it.
All right.
I'm still not fucking. I'm still not.
What's it be? 26 now? 25? 20. This is his 6th year, right? So he's 26, I think.
Yeah, but the problem with that is he's, even if he's progressing,
He's a big guy.
He's going to be deteriorating too. It's like
And another
it's gonna
2-3
be
years.
his peak as he's deteriorating. It's just,
He's been healthy. I mean, I know he's had little injuries here and there, but he hasn't had anything major since he came in the league.
He's still got bad knees, dude.
Come on, guys, do a shout.
So does your sister, but I don't judge her for that. Fuck.
damn, Gary.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
Do a shout with my daughter. Come on.
No, I'm all right. I'm just having beers right now.
That fucking bitches.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on.
he's going to sleep in a half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got another like 5 minutes for the Sixers here. Maybe a couple more minutes than that. But Kapolsky, oh no, shots. Oh man.
Fuck you. What the fuck? Fuck this fucking. What? Fuck.
Yeah.
Certainly explain the diversity of the word.
It's like, oh, we got him, didn't we? That's such a great movie.
Oh no, it sucks again.
Speaking of movies, we got that coming up in about 5 minutes. Our first ever Corner Pub popcorn segment. It's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be better than a Corner Pub jukebox because we're gonna know a lot. I would think.
Yeah, but we thought that going into the jukebox thing.
Nah, I think it's going to be the opposite.
You think so? We're gonna know less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, think about it though. You listen to thousands of songs. How many, like maybe tens of thousands of songs? You've watched maybe 1,000 movies.
Yeah, but
I'm a loser, Mike. I've watched 10,000 movies, dude.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, but I mean, you listen to music a lot more. You've heard so many more songs.
Yeah, I hear you.
3-minute song to an hour and 45-minute movie.
1970 might be tough, but as we go along, I think it's gonna be better. It's gonna be easier as we go along with this than it was for music because we're so out of touch with the youngins.
The youngins.
We're out of touch with the Utes.
With the Utes.
Right.
Did you say Utes?
So before we move on from the Sixers, though, we have a problem here. Seth Curry just tested positive for coronavirus.
So did he test positive? Was he out with an ankle injury before he tested positive, or was that the reason he was out?
I can't trust this training staff. They lied about
Still.
it for the last 6 years. They lied to us.
But apparently he had the rapid one, and that came back negative. And then he had what they call the PSA one, which is the one that comes back in like 12 to 16 hours.
Take some ass.
So, and that one came back positive.
So they're
all waiting on the one that takes 12 to 16 hours.
I tell you what.
Yeah, they're all quarantined and waiting. So hopefully that's it. But
I don't know, man. There's got to be at some point.
Let me ask you something. Why are they still playing this game? Like when this got announced, why are they subjecting the opposite?
It was the second quarter of the game.
So what? Shut it down. And then why?
The damage is already done.
You think
they were already sweating on each other for
the damage is already done.
Was everybody already in the game? I don't know. And then
and
why are the Nets traveling?
Why are they traveling? Yeah, that's actually a better point, Mike.
Why are the Nets traveling after this?
The Nets traveled?
Yeah, they're like ready for their next game tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got I'm trying to look it up. So that's tomorrow. Yeah. What the fuck?
He's looking for Ryan.
So they don't have a game till Sunday. They're home. They're home against the Thunder on Sunday.
Oh,
that's
so
their
they
next
didn't travel.
Yeah. The Sixers.
Somebody said something about traveling to Memphis.
The Sixers are only traveling back. Unless they already postponed it. And I'm not seeing it on my list. They could have, Mike. You might be right. Because why would they give them 3 days? Oh no, you're right, Mike. I'm sorry. They're playing. They're playing right now. It's at the bottom of my list here. They're playing against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they traveled to Memphis to play the Grizzlies.
So spread the fucking wealth, right? What the
yeah, they don't know. Yeah.
You're right. Why would they fucking do that?
Maybe they all got their tests back, man.
That's wow. Dude, remember when Gilbert got it in March 11th?
And he rubbed the mic.
Yeah, well, but not even that.
But they shut it down like
The whole
immediately.
fucking league shut down. And Seth Curry gets it, and they're like, the Nets are like, fuck you. And then they play the next night in Memphis.
They're not shutting the league down again, man.
Dude.
That ain't happening. It's not happening. They're just going to deal with it.
Well, guess what?
Yeah, they're like the NFL, like what virus?
Right.
They're going to
Oh my
it.
God.
You don't have a quarterback?
The Nets
Fucking
get it. Fucking whoever they play Sunday gets it. You know, when the Sixers give it to whoever the fuck.
Yeah, like they're not.
You're not going to have an NFL coach. Fuck you, pay me.
Be all right.
Tell Ryan, Uncle Ryan's coming over in a bit. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like, I'll chill out. I'll be there in a minute.
She don't want to wait. She's a typical woman.
Yeah, she wants it when she wants it.
Yeah.
Talk about McDonald like that.
Oh, I love her, Neve. I love her. She's my favorite. She likes chunky peanut butter.
Oh, it's my daughter, you fucking chip bag.
Speaking of that, that's
She's particular though. She only likes the Jif stuff.
That's a good teaser for one of the movies.
I tried the dollar store brand and she did not like it.
Geneva said, "Let's do a shot."
No, I didn't.
Kara, why do you get to the point where you want to be falling over?
I'm not falling over. I'm good.
You're going to be. You keep doing shots.
So what?
He's got the slinty eye going a little bit. I see it.
Christmas shot glasses.
Nice.
Bunch of
You can't really see it. But...
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
All right.
Talk about a pig.
Is it time to reveal our another new segment tonight? This is a two new segments in the same show, right? What?
Yeah, we're the best, man. We
are
don't
the best.
fuck around.
We are the best.
Corner Pub Sports, motherfucker.
Bruh.
Do we have a song? Do we have a song for this?
No.
So we're not that good.
No, I was too busy downloading this.
Fuck you. What?
A bunch of
Oh man, we are a bunch.
All right, Dad, my Corner Pub popcorn.
fucking jit bag.
Corner Pub popcorn. Say that 3 times fast, guys.
All right, so here is the.
Yeah.
So we have the top 26 listed grossing movies. We'll talk the top 10 and I'll highlight like 5 more.
What year, Mike?
1970.
Okay.
So I want to go through the gross and the tickets sold. I'm not going to do all that.
No, just start 10 to 1 and then a couple honorable mentions.
Right. Yeah. So number 10, a comedy, Catch 22.
Nope.
I've heard, I know what it is. I've never seen it.
Who was in it?
I don't know. It's one of Daddy's movies, Gar.
I don't know. It's a good movie. That's a Catch 22.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, I guess, Mike.
Number 9, an action movie, Tora.
Great movie. Great
Oh, really?
movie. Yeah, Pat Morita's in it. That's about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielson.
And here's one for you, Ryan. I need you to do your thing after I say the name of it. It's a drama. It's called Ryan's Daughter.
Is that my daughter in there? Is that my daughter in there?
You should have gave me a heads up. I could have had it. Man, that's awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. I already like this better than Jukebox.
Number 7's a Western, Little Big Man.
Nah.
No, don't know that one.
Kind of like Mini-Me. Look at him. He's a tripod.
Somebody put a bell on him.
What's next?
The fucking chair just shoots him. He's like,
right.
you hear it fading away because he's going for it.
Moving on. What's the next one?
You and I.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life. Fucking fucking mini me.
Max, what the
It's
fuck?
got him in the pillowcase.
Throwing him around. All right, Mike, continue. Oh, fuck.
The fucking guy.
Number 6, a documentary, Woodstock.
Oh, okay. That was 19. So, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
The movie.
wasn't
Which,
Woodstock
by the way,
69, right?
by the way, that the guitarist for Mountain just died, and ironically, the agent for Mountain, yeah, the guitarist. So he, he sang on a lot of the songs and stuff, and the same agent was the agent for Jimi Hendrix. Yet they claimed that Woodstock wasn't putting out enough money, so they didn't put Mountain in the Woodstock movie. And apparently, because that movie was, 'cause there was only so many people that went to Woodstock. It wasn't like now you can live stream Woodstock, right? So if you saw the movie, you knew who was there. It gave you notoriety. And Mountain never got that notoriety. They were never as big as they should have been because they weren't in that movie. It was kind of interesting. So that's a little fucking Mountain fun fact.
There you go.
Useless facts.
Yeah.
Number 5's a musical, The Aristocats.
An aristocrat.
Number 4 doesn't have a genre listed. Patton.
Great movie.
George,
This is so much better than the other. Yeah.
George C. Scott.
I don't know if I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Patton.
Huh.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah,
Number 3, black comedy, MASH.
Oh.
So the movie came
Ryan, I hear you, bro, but that's a good movie.
The movie came out for the show, right?
Yes.
The show.
Yeah, I think that's what
The show
too.
I wasn't a MASH fan.
Fucking idiot.
I'm out on MASH. Fuck
You're
MASH.
a fucking idiot.
That
What the
show
fuck?
don't fucking suck.
You fucking drunken
It
fool.
was my grandfather's favorite show. He like
You
back in
motherfucker.
the VHS days, he recorded every one except for some episode that like was long lost and he could never find. They'd go and repeat it every year, and they'd skip over it.
That's
never
a
figured
great
it.
fucking show, man.
I hated MASH and I hated Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, what's next, Mike? Don't worry about these two.
Oh, so he's ready to go. So that's what's next.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Look at him. He's got the slanty eyes. He is. Yeah.
I'm
That's
ready to go.
shocking him in.
I didn't say I'm ready to go.
Hey, Mike.
All right. So the next one is Airport, thriller suspense, not airplane.
Airport.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I don't know Airport.
Fuck they know.
And number 1, a drama, love story.
1970. Number
Mug-
1.
Mug stories.
Love story.
Somebody pretty popular was in that movie.
Okay, great.
It's about,
Go ahead. I'll look
about-
it up. Yeah, here's your honorable mentions.
it's about a man and his dog.
So we'll go number 16, Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I don't know if I ever seen that one.
There was actually nobody in Love Story that I know.
Charlton Heston's in that, Mike.
I lied. I'm sorry.
What's that?
The Planet of the Apes movie. Charlton Heston, is that one of his?
I don't know, man. I just printed out the
All right.
damn sheet.
Yeah, 1970. It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Charlton Heston.
Number 18 is Chisholm, not to be mistaken with Schism.
Chisholm.
Got it all over my shorts.
More Chisholm, yeah.
Yo. Remember Charlton Heston in Wayne's World? Remember Charlton? Yeah, when he pulls up to the gas station, he's asking for directions, and it's some guy, and he's like, he looks at the camera, he's like, "Can't we get somebody else? I know it's a small." So then Charlton,
yeah.
I knew a girl who lived on whatever.
That's
Mike Myers is crying.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Ain't that funny?
Yeah, it is. What the
Because he never seen it.
Yeah, I know. You never saw Wayne's World?
Yeah, come on. Got $5,000.
Got $5,000.
What else we got, Mike?
Number 19, comedy, Kelly's Heroes. I feel like
Nah, that's as bad as Hogan's.
Nah. Don't know it. Nah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even see this one. I got to bring it up now. Number 20. It's an action film. It's action, all right. 2 Mules for My Sister Sarah.
I wonder if TJ seen that.
Damn, sister Sarah likes mule cock. You fat bitch! Yo, Sister Sarah ain't taking 1 mule cock. She's taking 2.
That mule cock taking pig.
Hey, Sister Sarah, give me 2.
Yeah, you talk. Give me 2.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
All right, come on, man.
Oh no! We suck again.
You got any more, Mike?
Oh, fuck.
The Only Game in Town, a romantic comedy. I don't know. And then the last one is 26 is one that I seen. It's not even listed on the genre. THX 1138. A futuristic. Yeah, it's this big futuristic, like kind of government kind of overtaking thing where people have barcodes in their arms.
And I think
everybody's in like a white. Everybody's wearing the same clothes because government's kind of.
What was it called? Sisters and a Mule. Was that what it's called?
Sisters and a Mule.
Is that the song?
No, 2 Mules for My Sister Sarah.
2 Mules for My sisters. Dave said Donkey Show in Mexico.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
2 Mules for My Sister.
2 Mules for My Sister Sarah.
No, you can't put Sarah because that's the name. Like, so
my sister's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" All right, why don't we end with this a serious note? Because Gary wanted to bring it up so fucking bad. No pressure. Good job, man. By the way,
yeah, what?
Corner pub popcorn, dude. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
this
is gonna be fun. Yeah,
it should be fun. Yeah. We'll be quoting shit and all. It'll be better than music because, like, we try singing. Like, no one wants to hear us sing. But like quoting movies, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I do remember that one." and people probably remember half the movies we don't even know from 1970. But as we go along, more towards our ages and stuff,
yeah. Steve said something about one of the best westerns ever. I'm like, all right, I'm not.
Yeah, we get into the 80s and 90s, man.
Gary takes mule cocks.
Gary, apparently our sister does.
2.
All right. So who wants to start this? Oh wait, hold on. Peterson said, "I have a favorite. I'm gonna keep calling him Peterson just because. I have a favorite ass to keep my sister-in-law Shannon's father in your. Oh man, in your. I see when you saw sister, I got excited. No, but it's a little more serious than that. Let me bring it up here. Hold on. Let me read the whole thing. There we go. All right.
Oh man, yeah.
Keep my sister-in-law Shannon's father in your prayers. He has COVID and may not live through the night. Dave, I am extremely sorry to hear that, dude. Dave, we know the feeling. We all 4 of us just went through a tremendous loss last week, and it's not easy, man. It's you just gotta do what you can, man. Just keep the faith, and hope that he, and if he doesn't, that is as least painful as possible, man. We're very sorry, brother. Very sorry to hear that.
Dave, I know them all. That's just send them all my best wishes, man. Good luck.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
Cheers to you guys. Cheers to you and your family. All right, Dave. You guys take care of each other on that. That sucks, dude. This fucking year, I'm getting tears in my eyes, man. This fucking year needs to stop. The shit needs to stop, I should say, over the past year.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We got to be. I mean, this sucks. It's brutal, but we got to be patient for a few more months. We're getting there.
Yep. So speaking of nonsense from this year, something happened the other day, and it's we're gonna end the show on this because I think I don't know how to come back from this, but Yeah.
What, the rating of the Capitol building?
Yeah.
What a bunch of pompous, egotistical fucking jitbag. Yeah. Who fucking attacks your own country's Capitol building? Did your mother not give you enough nipple when you were a bunch of kids? Like, what the fuck, man? What's the matter with you? God damn it.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's that's the sacred building. It's, it's represents so much, and for you to kind of shit all over it that way, is just, I'm not getting political on it, but for you to shit all over it that way is unacceptable. And
it makes foreign attacks realize how vulnerable our country is.
There's conspiracy theories that this whole thing was. And look, look, we're coming off as a bunch of, left-siders and all this shit, and I get it, and I vote, and I said this on the show, and we don't do politics, but I vote down the middle. Do I have a line of thinking that might sway more one side than the other? Maybe I do. My past voting history would speak otherwise, but regardless, I don't want to come off this way. But those fucking people who are saying that this whole thing was staged. Look, there might have been a few people there that were they playing it? Maybe, just like the inaugurations, people are playing it. Just like people are playing it behind the president when he talks. They're playing it there. Was this planned? I don't know. Maybe, or this could be a bunch of fucking assholes who just have nothing better to do to go to these rallies and start trouble. But the conspiracy theory that the whole thing was staged, so a woman fucking died for no reason because it was staged.
Four people are dead.
So four people died.
4 people are dead.
That's such an
fucking nonsense.
The same thing. The same person. I don't want to say the same person. A couple people have brought this to my attention. I said, I'm not fucking dealing with this. And one person, I said, I bet you. I'm bringing this up. I don't.
That's exactly why I'm not saying a word, Sean.
Yeah, I don't know, man. 4 people lost their lives, and
unnecessarily.
Now, so the people that wanted to protest, by all means, you do it. So I don't want to lump the people, just like with everything else. I don't want to lump the people that protested for whatever reason, their right to protest, stand outside and do that. I don't want to lump them in with anybody that, went to, to crash the palace or crash the Capitol.
Right.
So there's people that are that may have been paid to be planted in there, but it's not everyone. There's people that went to protest and protested peacefully. I don't want to lump them in either. So there's a lot of different scenarios and different things, and it's just like with the Black Lives. It's a different scenario, different circumstances,
right, where
the people that peacefully protested are being lumped in with the looters and everything else. And then everybody's saying, well, the looters are, this, that, and the other thing. They're not as bad as this. I don't know if an opportunist stealing a TV is as bad as breaking into your Capitol building. That's probably up for debate, but
that hasn't happened since 1812. It's crazy, but I really don't have much to say about it beyond what I just said. I don't want to get into it. I'm honestly beaten down from it. I'm tired of it. I'm hoping we can turn another page. I don't know if we will. But it is what it is.
Dave, I hope so. I hope that this is the wake-up call for America. Yeah. Hopefully it settles down. Hopefully this is the thing that settles everything back down, starts to bring us back together, because we really need it. Regardless of which side you're on, we really need it.
Well, Gary's name right now says it. In hell, I'll be in good company. And we hope, and Dave, again, prayers for you and your family, man. And we hope we give you guys and everybody that listens and watches a few hours of escape from reality. And that's kind of what we do. This
is our escape too.
It's ours. Yeah.
This is what we do. So we thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and it's been a great time. And as always, we'll see you next week, and we'll be back at a regular time at 8:15 next week. So there's that.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Penis
Thanks,
out.
guys.